What's going on, guys? Here we are again. Another evening, Sunday evening, random sunset, and basically, we call this the random sunset reflection. So basically, shout out to the guest that was on last week's show, the Coffee family. You know what I mean? Quez Coffee, DC Coffee. Shout out to Josette's Journey that was on the show, and basically we cover love and relationships. And I want to take the time to give a special shout out to the Coffee family for being very supportive, man. That's family. You know what I'm saying? All those guys, they're family, and like I say, I took the time to just, you know, send a little gift by, random sunset, and basically on the air recording, and I'm gonna sit this over here to the side, and anywho. Like I say, those guys very supportive and support the whole family any way they can, music wise, clothing line wise, with the show, just very supportive. You know what I mean? But appreciate them for being on the show last week. So basically, Random Sunset Reflections is where I reflect on last week's show or whatever topic we discussed or had. And I just share my viewpoint on things because I just find it to be very disrespectful for me to have a show and I do all of the talking, versus being the host. So again, man, I'm gonna make it real quick, and we're just gonna cover some of the questions of the love and relationship topic we discussed last week. And again, it's just my viewpoint, so I'm not gonna keep you guys long. But let's get over into it. I asked the question: what are the pros and cons to a lituation? You know what I mean? And for those of you who are not familiar with a lituation, it's basically the people that's out living a single life and just dating around. I guess, so to speak, promiscuous. I'm gonna go as long as I got something lit. That's my situation. To have something lit, something that drives me, that force. And again, if I'm screwing up the definition, because I didn't coin that terminology, lituation. Heard some young folks speaking on it. I even heard a song out there. You know what I'm saying? And again, I mean, it's a situation that's lit. But let's get back to the question on what are the pros and cons to a lituation. And Josette's Journey, she answered that, and that wasn't her cup of tea. She's at a point in life where that don't do it for her. She been there and done that. But again, I'm only left to assume, and this is where you guys comment, like, and tell me what you guys think. What are the pros and cons of having a lituation? If I had to guess, being that you still have your freedoms, for the guys, show off your royal oath, and basically get out here and mingle, being that you're single, and just finding the best situation that's lit for you. I guess that's the pros, and the cons is not being able to come home to a hot meal, not having that companionship. I guess, sort of speak, meaning that day-to-day bond, and building. And like I say, it's kind of hard for me to answer that. I was one of the people that spoke about that whole being practical too soon. So I was serious at a very young age. But anywho, I hope that wasn't too confusing. But the next question was, do you think young people being practical too soon? And there you have it. I just mentioned it. I was one of the ones who started out being practical very soon, feeling like, what, this is my chance of a lifetime to lock in. You know what I'm saying? What it takes most people a lifetime to find. I recognized it. I knew where I wanted to be. I capitalized on my situation. I put in the work because, day to day, I mean, it's work. You have to put in work. It's not just the whole how society makes it out to be, get together, get engaged, and the whole big show. You have to put in work. Like I say, partnership. We have love as a foundation. We started out getting to know each other, taking our time. You know what I'm saying? But to answer the question, I think young people is not ever too soon being practical. All right, it's not ever too soon being practical. Let's get on with the next question. Do you think women depreciate? And that's a two-part question. Do I think women depreciate, and what's a woman's worth? People, as DC answered in the question, yeah, people, men, women, children, yes, they depreciate. You know what I mean? If you don't know your value, and this two-part question is, what's a woman's worth? A woman's worth is like a series of things, meaning the value that the female hold, and hold dear to her heart, and value to herself. Meaning, okay, uh, if I'm gonna be on the dating scene, I don't wish to share my most prized possession because I value myself. Meaning, I think that should be shared with someone that's willing to spend time with me, and we have a special moment. You know, the qualities of a woman, meaning the whole cooking, cleaning, whatever it is you bring to the table, and that makes up your value. You know what I mean? So to answer that question, do women and men depreciate? Yes, I believe they depreciate. And there's many ways you can depreciate, and one of them is being promiscuous. In my opinion, a woman's worth. A woman's worth is a woman that knows her value and will not compromise. Trying to fit in with status quo. So yes, knowing your values, whatever your values, if that means you're intelligent, if that means you're a clean person, a cook, just knowing all of the qualities that you bring to the table for your value. Excuse me, man. Let's see. What criteria does a guy have to meet? What is the criteria that a guy has to meet? If Again, none of these are right and wrong questions, but the criteria this guy have to meet. I'm gonna speak from my experience. Some of the criteria is being outspoken, spending time. Let's see, having the potential and the drive and ambition to want to do something with yourself in life. You know what I'm saying? To be able to bring something to the table, and certain criteria I had to meet. Yeah, being respectful, that was part of the criteria. Being respectful. Again, being loving, and not too affectionate, but half affection and know when to be affectionate. But it's criteria to answer that question. What criteria does a guy have to meet? I guess to each his own. All right. So what's a good time to start dating? I think a good time to start dating is once you meet maturity to the point where you can focus and devote the time to put into a relationship. All right. Relationship is not just love. That's a great foundation, and that's one of the essentials. But even the business side, and having a partner, is work. All right. So love and business, I actually think the business side percentage is more than the love part. But to have the love as a foundation, good time to start dating. To answer that question, I think a good time is once you reach maturity, or once you find a partner that that's on the same level of thinking that you are, and you guys willing to invest that time and build together. So that can be anywhere from 13 to 15. Depends on the maturity. But again, keep in mind these are no right and wrong answers. This way you guys come in, like, and be a part of the show. What's the time expectancy? Meaning the 3 month rule. I agree with the guests and the family, the coffees, just this journey on the show. I agree with them. That's a game, man. I mean, that don't make sense. I mean, you sitting back, oh, I'm gonna hold the this for 3 months, and that's a big game. I mean, that's entertainment purposes. If you are a person feeling like, you know what, I'm gonna hold my most prized possession for the next 3 months to 6 months or maybe a year, I mean, that varies, and that differs, in people you're dating. You know, I think the right person could bring it out of you to say, you know what, we're here. Let's build together, and just different things that people can bring to the table that could just make you say, you know what, void that whole 3 month process or years process, and that's entertainment. Let's see, what else we got here. What's a healthy relationship slash unhealthy relationship? Healthy relationship, communication. Don't ever forget that communication is the key to continue building. To know, I heard Cat Williams said once, you do know who team you on. You know, you always want to communicate. That's very big, and that's to me part of keeping a healthy relationship, being able to communicate and express yourself. I mean, you know, financially, emotionally, physically. I mean, communicate. All right, body language and trying to read their mind. No, communicate. Good old fashioned communication. You know, is something that will keep up a healthy relationship. An unhealthy relationship, lack of communication. That's easy. Lack of communication. The games, the games that are being played. You know, secrets. You know, partnership is joining together and again contributing. You know what I mean? I mean, you can't do that if you got secrets and you hiding this. I'm gonna lock my phone. I'm gonna go out and not tell her where I'm going. I'm gonna do him this way. I mean, it's a lot of things that create an unhealthy relationship. And when I say relationship, not just an intimate relationship. I mean, it could be brother, sister, father, son, mother, daughter, a relationship. You know what I mean? So it's a million and one questions that we could ask and talk about. But like I said, I just wanted to reflect and just share my viewpoints. Hopefully, it wasn't too confusing. But like I say, that's one subject you can go on for days about. You know what I mean? Love and relationship. And like I say, we're gonna get into politics, religion, the streets, entertainment, the future slash AI. You know, the whole black and white process, the whole coexisting on this planet as a people. Like I say, I definitely want to keep up the content, make it as educational as possible. That way, you know, each one teach one, two teach four, four teach more, and we grow and we blossom as a people. But again, this is random sunset reflections, and I'm just reflecting. And like I say, comment, like, however you feel. I mean, like I say, I mean, it may not be a comment I like, but if you take the time to, you know, just acknowledge the show and put your 2 cents in, it's appreciated. You know what I mean? So again, that's my time, and I can sit here and talk about love and relationship for days. And again, hope you guys join us. Stay tuned in for what we have in the future, and that's my time, man. Random Sunset.